All right. I think we're in the good position now to where we can finally do this the right way after 700 tries. But we're going to be breaking down Sean Brady's dominant grappling performance against Kelvin Gastelum at UFC Austin this past weekend. And yeah, let's get into it. So as you can see, early on you have orthodox and southpaw. Brady wants to throw the check right hook, or check left hook, I'm sorry, which you saw right there. We'll go back. He wants to throw that check left hook, while Kelvin is going to look to throw the check right hook and follow up with the backhand. But it's all about the outside foot positioning, and Brady's immediately circling to the outside, which is why you saw Kelvin throw that outside leg kick to kind of offset his ability to circle and then move him into the power backhand. Here you're going to see check left hook. He's backing up Brady, feinting the level change because he's going to want to feint the level change and come over the top with his power overhand left. Right there. Now, Brady's able to slip to the outside, which is going to allow him to either disengage and circle off to his rear side because he already has avoided the power, and then circle back lead side by using the check hook or the jab, or he's going to want to circle or slip and then go to the over-under clinch position. And right there, he slips it and comes in with the over-unders. Now, right here, this is not where Kelvin wants to be because Brady is the much stronger, more imposing individual in this exchange. Now, you see Kelvin tries to combat the over-unders with the body lock, but he's going to throw punches to the body, knees to the body. Knees to the body from Kelvin in this position is not going to be the best idea because there is a possibility that Brady could either time it and then change levels and get the takedown, or he could time it and go to a body lock in this position while also maybe, pummeling to get the full body lock. But knees are not a great idea. Elbows can work for Kelvin, but he's not strong enough to rock Brady in this position. You could see him go for elbows right there, and it did land elbows and knees. He is framing off, trying to do the right thing. But what Brady wants to do is push this elbow past his head towards the left side of his body, then duck under, lock his hands, and try to go for a double leg off the cage. You're going to see it right here. Kelvin tries to push with that elbow. Brady's going to follow it and then redirect. Boom. He changes levels. Right here in this position where Kelvin's leaning over the top, this is not where you want to be in the case of, defending this style of takedown. You don't want to be over the top because it's going to be a little bit easier with the rebound and the I guess you could say the bounce off the cage for Brady to pull Kelvin off. Maybe he'll lock his hands in the double leg, penetrate a little bit further with that left knee, and then he can pull and change directions, either turning the corner to his left or right with a little bit of misdirection. Right here is good for Kelvin if he had that underhook a little bit higher and if his legs were a little bit further apart and maybe keeping his foot on the mat. Brady already has the knee, which is pretty much a penetration step for the takedown, and all he's going to have to do, he gets back up to his feet, he's going to lift, and he's going to turn Kelvin to his right. Right here. He lifts, he's got the one hook under the leg, and he's going to drive him in the direction, which is the rear side, the right hand. Boom. Lifts, dumps. Now right here, Kelvin had the butterfly, right? So, hold on, give me 1 second because this is being a little stupid. Okay, so he had the butterfly, right? Now, the butterfly guard from here you can use to elevate and then kick forward and then use that to get up on your elbow. Now, what Kelvin can do from here is use the traditional wrestling style, what's it called? Not a get up, but the traditional switch. He can use a switch, and he can go for it from right here. But if you watch the left leg of Brady, he already kind of has the ability to get the left hook in if Kelvin gives up his back. Now, what Kelvin would want to do from here is take this left arm, put it underneath the inside, or put it on the inside of the left thigh of Brady, and then use that to turn into Brady, maybe taking his back or just using it to get referee's position and work back up to the feet. But he doesn't have it, and that allows Brady to sneak this left hook in by just moving his foot from about here to right here. Now he's got the seatbelt positioning with the underhook and the overhook, and he's got the one hook in already. Boom. Now, another part that I think people who break this down might miss is that Brady has his left or his right side in between Kelvin and the fence, which makes it impossible for Kelvin to put his lat or his back on the fence and then work his way back up to the feet and circle back to the center. He's going to choke, or he's going to attack with the right arm for the choke, and he's going to control the wrist. I know Kelvin's controlling his wrist here, but at the same time, this is not where Kelvin wants to be against a grappler like Brady. Brady has the one hook in, and you see how he always keeps his head higher? You know, high positioning up against the cage or in grappling exchanges, the person who's higher always wins unless they're shooting for a takedown, because he's going to have the better positioning. He's going to be in the more dominant position right here. He keeps his left foot on the mat, and then hopefully what he would probably want is for Kelvin to turn this way, which would mean his left hip goes this way, which would expose his back, but it would allow Brady to sneak this right leg over to the other side and lock up the full-on back control. Kelvin's going to use this momentum. Instead of, trying to stand up, he uses the momentum to roll. Now, if Brady tried to negate that and put his weight back to stop it, it would give Kelvin a little bit more space in order to work his way back up to the feet. But what Brady is going to do is roll with Kelvin, and this other hook is going to sneak right in. Boom. Now he's got both hooks in, and he's controlling the wrist. He's fighting the choke, going for the choke with the right hand and punching, putting a hand over the mouth. He's got the body lock. Now the better positioning here, or he's got the back control, I guess. But the better position here would be to go for a body triangle. And you'll see Brady adjust for that soon. Watch this right here. He's attacking the choke. Boom. He switches, goes right to the body triangle. Now in this position here, you see how Brady has his left hand on top or on the toes of his right foot? What he's doing there is he wants to drag this foot up underneath his knee so that he has a better grip and a stronger position for this body triangle, because on the calf, if you have really strong legs, it'll work. But for the most part, it's not going to work in most positions. Like he's gonna have to pull this up underneath the knee and then lock up the body triangle right there. Boom. Now Kelvin's doing the right thing. He's moving off to the side of the body lock, or the body triangle. Now what this is going to do is it's going to put pressure on the Achilles and the foot underneath Brady's own calf muscle. And in certain positions, it could work as like a submission because it is painful, but that's going to cause Brady to break the body triangle in most cases. Brady stays calm, readjusts, and now he's going to hook this left leg underneath the calf or thigh of Kelvin, underneath the closest, or the left thigh or calf. Watch. He already kind of has it there, and he uses that to extend his leg and continue to hold that body triangle positioning, because Kelvin doesn't technically have any pressure on that body triangle at this point. This is also a bad position for Kelvin, because if he does tend to roll towards the body triangle side, Brady is going to be up against the cage, or Kelvin's going to be up against the cage. Now what Brady can do from here is use this right hand to far side grip the left hand of Kelvin, and then use the momentum of Kelvin trying to get to the cage to get to the full mount if he does break that body triangle. Right there, you see how he adjusts and he puts that foot underneath the leg and extends it? That's to make Kelvin get off balance and stop him from being able to scramble out or turn in or try to reverse position, go one direction. He's just keeping him in position. He's got his elbow, his hip down on the mat, which is blocking the potential exit towards that side, while the cage wall blocks the exit for Kelvin on the right side. Left side, hip, shoulder, could be the lat blocking there, and then the cage is blocking the right side. Now he broke the body triangle. You see here, we'll go back. Kelvin's able to kick, break the body triangle. Now Kelvin can readjust and try to circle back towards Brady. What Brady's going to do is break the position while holding the over-under, and he's going to kick underneath the thigh of Kelvin and try to roll with him and get on top. This catch from Kelvin, funny looking face right there, but this catch of the head is going to stop Brady from being able to flow with Kelvin and lock in both hooks, taking back full back control. By holding the head, he can hold the head here and then use his right arm to overhook the the right leg of Sean Brady, and then use it as kind of a reverse cradle position to wind up on top. Look, he tries to go over the top. Boom. He catches the leg. He catches the ankle. The ankle is a smaller target to hold on to, and it really is going to control the leg in terms of mobility. So he controls it. Boom. Now he's got top position. So very good work from Kelvin there. Good ability to readjust and get into top position. What Brady's going to want to do here is knee shield with the right leg, get up on his right elbow, and then push off and kick his butt back, kind of shrimp crawling up to the cage, then going to that over-under and wanting to work off the cage or reverse position. Kelvin's trying to go for some ground and pound. Brady's going to you'll see him get to that hip, kick off, get on the elbow, work his way back up. Boom. Kelvin's in a good position, but now back to the position where we know Brady's going to be the much stronger fighter. He's right here. Boom. They break off. Now they move again, move again. They're going to go for an exchange. Kelvin's going to overextend and get caught with the check left hook from Brady. This is important because it makes Kelvin understand that you're not going to bully Sean Brady. You're not going to walk him down. You're not going to bully him. You're not going to be able to recklessly move into the pocket and exchange punches with a guy like Brady. Even though you might be more powerful and stronger, he is going to catch you on those counters. And then the check left hook, getting the outside foot positioning, which we've already said Brady is very, very solid at, getting that outside foot positioning is going to allow for Brady to land that right hand. Look at that. Check hook, move away, continue to move, circling to the lead side, staying away from the power. Okay, this right here shows you that Kelvin's not comfortable. Boom, boom. He threw that punch very lazy, very lackadaisical, but you see how he's bent over and his hips are back? He threw that punch expecting Brady to change levels and try to counter wrestle in shooting the double leg so that his hips would be back and his body would be lower so that it would be easier for him to, defend the takedown. Brady didn't bite on it. That didn't work. Kelvin moves orthodox and goes back to southpaw. He tries to go 1-2, switch back to orthodox. Inside low kick, check hook, boom. Okay, I like this exchange for Brady because watch how he uses that upward, or he uses a jab to the check hook, but Kelvin's going to up block it. By trying to up block it, you're opening up the space between your chest and your rear side arm, and you're opening up the trajectory for the power backhand of Brady to go from here right to here. And then in that same token, you see how Brady's foot is on the outside of the lead foot of Kelvin, which is going to open up this power backhand. Bink, right on the chin. Now Kelvin knows he got caught with the check hook. He got caught with the right hand. He just got caught with another right hand. Right here, watch. Try to step in. I don't think he got caught by that, but it looks like it did, or maybe it grazed him. But now he's like, okay, well, I can't really box with the guy right now. I don't want to overcommit because Brady's going to change levels and take down. Maybe I could try to kick his leg. But kicking leaves yourself off balance. Boom. He counters the kick with the left hook and then is going to use that left hook to push on the chest while using his right arm to pull the leg. It's a push and pull. He's pulling the leg and using it as kind of a knee tap or an off positioning and off balance positioning takedown. And he's going to get the takedown right here. Boom. Redirect. Kelvin immediately threatens with a submission, which is good from him. But Brady's going to keep that elbow. See how he keeps the forearm and the elbow on the inside? Because the real threat would be keeping this arm inside or, keeping this arm on the outside, allowing for the left arm and the head to get caught in the triangle. And then Kelvin could cut the corner and hook under the leg. But here he's going to follow it. See how he's already pushing off with that forearm and rotating and moving his body to his right, which is going to open up either side control, or if Kelvin decides to go belly down, it's going to open up the referee's position, which can allow for Brady to sneak this right hook in on the right side and throw this left leg over the top for the left side overhook or left side hook. Right here, boom, see? He gives up his back. Brady's controlling the left leg. He's going to reach around, boom. Now he's in the position where, what did we see earlier? This right leg is going to sneak in. It's already 75% there. It's just going to sneak in and get the hook. Boom, right there. Just moved it from here to here. Boom, he's got the hook. He's got the referee's position. And now Kelvin's going to try to get up. He's going to drag him back. Boom. Now this is kind of a Khabib-esque position with the one hook in. And then he can use the wrist ride on the far side to really break down that elbow base and posture and flatten out Kelvin. And you're going to see that in a few short seconds. So right here, what Brady wants to do is reach to the far side and get this wrist. But it's a little bit too far for him right now. So what he's going to do is open up Kelvin with some punches to get him to not think about it. Now he takes this left hand and puts it on the left wrist, which is going to move this wrist closer to the far side wrist or far side hand and use it to break down his base. Look, he transfers it over from this side to here. He opened up the ability to grab it with this hand by you landing some strikes on Kelvin in this position. He's going to pass it over to the right side and break down that elbow base. Boom. Kelvin's able to defend it and try to work his way back up to his feet. He's going to try to get to the cage. What do we talk about here? The key for Brady in this position is to keep his body, keep the right side of his body in between the fence and Kelvin. Right here. Because then he can sneak this hook in, throw this other hook over, and again control the back. Boom. Right here, he's higher. Higher position always wins. He's in between Kelvin and the fence. He's in that over-under. This is the one thing I do like, is that Brady makes sure that he's always higher by staying on his toes or planting his feet when Kelvin's up against the cage. You don't see many people get up on their feet in this position because it might give the opponent more space. But when you're as technical a grappler as Brady, when you're as ahead of your opponent as Brady is in terms of Kelvin right now, you're able to do that. And by doing that and keeping yourself on the balls of your feet or planting your feet, you're, again, winning the higher positioning, making your weight, or putting your weight, I should say, on Kelvin and really trying to suck out that base, suck out that pressure, or not suck out the base, but suck out any ability for him to build a base to work his way back up to his feet. Boom, he slides that hook in again. He's going to grapevine the leg. That's another thing. He didn't just throw the hook in and leave it in there in a lazy position. He threw the hook in and grapevine the leg, which is going to, anytime Brady tries to extend that leg, it's going to break the base even further and direct Kelvin's body towards his left side, which in turn gives more space for the right hook to sneak in on that side. Attacks with the choke. Kelvin defends, punch. Attacks the body, trying to attack the choke. Attack the choke on the other side. Brady still higher position, foot on the mat. Boom. Look at this. I mean, he's pretty much standing up and he's over Kelvin, but by having this hook in and being in that over-under position, punching, attacking the choke, then switching the choke to the other side, he's just really 10 steps ahead of everything Kelvin's trying to do. He tries to trap the hand there, which is good, but if Kelvin was to try to roll out by trapping the hand and use an escape, Brady now follows Kelvin and puts his weight on his back. Kelvin's going to stand up. Brady's going to go back here to the body lock. Now he's in the body lock. Kelvin worked his way back up to the feet. Now, if you're in this position, you can take your right leg and go around the right leg of Kelvin and then drag him down in that direction, or you can use a foot sweep. Because you're not going to see a suplex from Brady. He is strong enough. He probably could do it. But he's just a little bit more finesse-based with his grappling and sticks to the basics. But watch this here. He's here. He's going to kick the foot out of Kelvin and drag him back towards him. Watch this right here. Boom. Left foot sweep to the right leg. Inside foot sweep, drags him back down. Goes right back to the referee's position. The hook's almost there. This hook can swing around. He builds the base, boom. Immediately grapevines the legs when Kelvin tries to get his back to the cage. And again, the back to the cage isn't going to work because Brady puts himself in between the cage and the back of Kelvin. Because if Kelvin was able to get his back to the cage, all he would have to do is take this left arm, underhook on the right side of Brady, overhook the other side, and try to work his way back up to the feet. And even if he was able to do that, it wouldn't necessarily be the best option because Brady is so much stronger than Kelvin in that over-unders, even if he worked his way back up. Attack with the choke, punch, work the body. He traps the hand, punch. I mean, Kelvin just doesn't know where to go. He attacks with the choke. Kelvin's going to turn into it. Still keeping that high head and keeping himself higher than Kelvin in this dominant position. Knee on the ground. This is very Khabib-esque. I mean, you saw Khabib do this against so many opponents where he would almost be standing up in the opponent's guard or in the backside control, in the single hook position. I mean, he would be standing here with the one hook in, just dominating. Now, what Kelvin can do from here is roll, and you're going to see him try to do it right here. But no, Brady follows him. So he could roll from this position and then try to change direction, but Brady just sinks off to the side that Kelvin's moving, follows with the momentum and flows with it, and then puts the hook in. Kelvin tries to roll out again. Brady follows it. This is important right here. So he rolls here. He follows. Continues to follow. Get both hooks in. Kelvin's going to try to roll or forward roll onto that right shoulder and then break the guard and turn into Brady and get top position. He's going to roll, buck his hips toward Brady and get into the top. It doesn't work. Brady cuts it off by continuing to not only flow with the position, but control the head of Kelvin with this left arm whilst keeping that one arm on the mat. Controls, readjusts, follows through, boom, he's still on the back. That is so high level to be able to control that position even while Kelvin's trying to move. And then the round's going to end with Brady on the back. I mean, clear 10-8 round for Sean Brady. Now look, we're back. We're in the second round now. Kelvin got dominated first round. Brady's still moving to his lead side. Now, the one thing I do like about this time is Kelvin tried to counter the lead hand with the check hook of his own. Boom. But it didn't land. Continuing to move. Brady feinting in and out, throwing the low kick. Kelvin counters with a low kick. Jab. Right hand. Outside low kick. Redirect. This was the problem. Kelvin got too comfortable because he landed that first kick. He throws this check hook. Moves around. Throws it again. Boom. Inside kick. Now he's like, okay, I can jab, I can kick. I'm going to get a little bit off. I'm going to get a little bit crazy here. I'm going to go crazy because I know I'm the faster and more powerful fighter. He closes the distance, switches orthodox, and throws this lazy kick, which you could tell already right here the kick is coming, and that Brady can see right in this point that Kelvin's going to throw that kick, which is going to cause him to just catch it. Catches the kick, changes levels. Kelvin's hips aren't back. His hips, I mean, this takedown's 80% done already. Changes levels. He's going to run. Boop. Dumps Kelvin. He's off balance. He was too low to the ground. He didn't have any type of balance to defend that takedown. And Brady just changes levels, pushes forward. Boom. Now he's in half guard. Now Brady is very good from this half guard position. You see how he immediately hooks around the head and establishes the shoulder pressure? Even though Kelvin has the one leg tied up, it's not going to matter. I mean, even in this position, Brady can go for like a reverse scarf if he can open up his hips a little bit more. Even though this leg is trapped, it's almost like a reverse scarf. But right here, it's a completely defensive position from Kelvin. He's got the lockdown on the leg, and he's body locking Brady here. I mean, there's no offense that's going to come from here unless Kelvin breaks this, uses this right arm underneath the elbow or underneath the armpit, and then bucks into Brady. He's going to try to attack the arm triangle here. See how he brings his head lower, but he's still controlling the head? Brady doesn't leave any stone unturned in the grappling exchanges. He's controlling the head to keep Kelvin in position, and he's going to use his head here to push, and then eventually work his way to an arm triangle where he can finally get that submission. He's blocking, breaking it down, forward pressure. So right here, there's a few things Brady can do. He can continue to work for the arm triangle and kind of spread his legs and his body out that way and kind of flatten out and look for the arm triangle. Or he can use this elbow to push down on the knee and the thigh right here, which is going to open up this lockdown and allow for Brady to slide this right knee over into the full mount. Right here, look. Punch. See it right here. This, I mean, he's going to push this arm away, but he can also use this elbow and forearm to push down on the thigh. Kelvin tries to extend, which just lowers the level of Brady, but I mean, he's not going to get up from here. All right. So here, Kelvin broke it and tried to hip in, which again puts Brady's head in a position for a potential arm triangle. And I mean, he's going to get stuck no matter what. There it is again. He's controlling on the far side. Head underneath the armpit. There's no guillotine threat here from Kelvin. He's got his knee on the mat. Punching right here. Look at this. This is what I was talking about, sliding to mount. What he wants to do is use this elbow to push down on the knee and the thigh and then slide this knee across to the mount. Look, right here. Push down. Open it up. He opened up this part right. He opened up his legs, which opens up the pathway for this to slide through. Bink. Right into the mount. He goes back. I think Brady went back to that on purpose just to hold Kelvin down and you know, look at that shoulder pressure. Look at all the shoulder pressure right there on the jaw of Kelvin. He's opening up. Bang. Kelvin shrimps his hips in. Now he attacks arm triangle on that side. He's going to try to get his hip down. Really put a lot of shoulder pressure on. Kelvin avoids that position. Boom, boom. Boom. Slides over into mount again. It's kind of a 3/4 mount. Okay, now it's in the mount. And he goes to grapevine the legs. I mean, Kelvin's just stuck, man. It doesn't matter what he's going to try to do. He's stuck here regardless. Punches. Even if he goes back to half guard, like, you're not going to get Brady off of you. It's a completely defenseless position. This is where I thought Brady was going to go for more ground and pound. But you see here, look, we talk about Brady following positions. Watch this. Kelvin turns, gives up his back. What can go in right here underneath the armpit? The left hook, right? He's already got the over-under position. He's already got this one hook in on the right side. All he has to do is slide that in. He's going to follow, attack the neck, follow, boom. Look at this. I love this right here from Brady. He gives Kelvin the false sense of security, and instead of losing position, he hops off and abandons the hooks. Now, what he's going to do is go right back down to the position. He's got the one hook in. He drags him down. Boom. Control. Look at this. He opens up a pathway right here. Watch. From here to here. He's already got the hand on the mat. He's going to use this hand that's around the head and neck of Kelvin to drag him down and then maintain side control or half guard. Watch. Look at that. I mean, Kelvin's gone. Brady's gone. He adjusted from here to here and pushed down on Kelvin. Boop. Shoulder pressure right back into the same position. Brady doesn't give Kelvin an inch on the ground. And even if he does, it's just to pass into another position. Shoulder pressure, heavy shoulder pressure. Look how much easier he broke that base down, or broke that lockdown. And he's going to now slide this right knee right over the left leg of Kelvin and go into the mount. That's 3/4 mount, like this right here, because his foot is still on the inside. It's pretty much a 3/4 mount, but, you know, similar principles apply. There you go. I mean, now he's in the mount. He grapevines the legs. I mean, look, he doesn't give Kelvin an inch to get anything going for himself. Nothing. Punches. Punch. Kelvin tries to get up on an elbow. Now he's giving up his back. Reach under the armpits. Here we go. Kelvin tries to roll again. Now, this would work against a less seasoned grappler. You know, right from here, you're going to want to turn towards him, kind of like a switch, and then roll in. It doesn't work. Like right here, against a less seasoned grappler, Kelvin could just turn onto his right hip, roll in, and probably get top position in the full guard of Brady. But by controlling the head here, Watch how he controls the head. So we're here. He's going to roll. He's going to roll. Boom. Look at how Brady controls the head with that right arm while controlling his base and keeping balance by putting the hand on the mat. Now, in most cases, you never want to put your hands on the mat, but that's more in the case of you being in the guard of an opponent. I mean, it's good. It's not good if you're on top either, but in this case, I mean, there's no submission threat from Kelvin. So unless Kelvin was immediately going to buck, overhook this left arm of Brady and then roll, then maybe it would work, but it's not there. So he uses this hand to guide down the head of Kelvin and maintain the same position. Goes for ground and pound, back into the mount, punching, not giving him any space. He didn't really open up with ground and pound too much. I think he could have, but it just wasn't in the cards for Brady. I mean, here Kelvin tries to buck and roll. Brady controlling. Boom. Controlling the head again. He's going to drag him down to the mat. He's going to reach for that wrist ride, the Dagestani handcuff. Look at right here. This is what we were talking about earlier. He's so much higher than Kelvin. Both feet on the mat. He's just going to drag him back down. Boop. Drag him down. Front headlock. Spin. Take the back. Put the one hook in. Watch. There goes the left hook. Putting himself in between the cage and Kelvin, getting the 1 foot on the mat. I mean, this is very Khabib-esque. He makes no mistakes in these positions. I mean, I'm sure there's little tiny mistakes he's making, but for the most part, I mean, he's just flowing, transitioning, keeping himself in control. Punch, 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 keeping himself in between the fence and Kelvin's body, controlling the over-under. Now he's going to break that with the wrist ride. He's going to break the elbow base of Kelvin. Punch, punch. He's still got this left hook in, stopping him from being able to turn into Brady. He's keeping that leg laced. Punch, punch, punch. Now right here is where he can either drag him to the mat, like we saw him do before, reach around the head, drag him down, or he can bring this right leg a little bit closer and pass this left leg over the top. Boom. Look at that. He passed the leg over the top to the mount up against the cage. This is a terrible position. You can threaten with a guillotine from here, but I mean, Brady's in full control. I love that pass. I'm going to go back and check that out one more time. Watch this. I wish I could do slow-mo, but I just can't. Look at this. He's going to control, and he's going to pass this left leg over the top of the right leg of Kelvin right into the mount. Boop. It's already there. He's already there. Kelvin's completely seated on the mat. He's completely in a defenseless or defensive position. There's no offense from here. Boop. Right into the mount. You could tell Brady's just in control at this point. Like, there's really nothing Kelvin's going to do. Punching, overhook on the right arm, trying to threaten the guillotine. Doesn't work. And I believe he keeps him here for the majority of the round. Pushing, pressuring. Kelvin gets out. He's going to try to get up on the hip. And then Brady's going to go right back to the back control. Transition from the mount right to the one hook in. Get on the back. Get the one hook in. Drag Kelvin back. And put the hooks in again. Transition to the body lock. Or not body lock, but full guard. Full back control. Over-unders. And that's it. Another 10-8 round. Great grappling, dominant performance here from Brady. And then going into round 3. I feel like we should stop this here. Finishing round. Again, we're in the same position. Kelvin's going to go for broke here because he knows he's down 2 10-8 rounds. He's going to try to land that left cross or left overhand against the orthodox Sean Brady. Touch, touch, touch. Inside low kick. Boom. So he actually landed that left cross on the chin of Brady. If he had a little bit more behind that and a little bit further of a step to the outside, if he stepped a little bit deeper and landed that cross, man, that could have been a wrap. I mean, that was clean. Watch it here. I mean, it catches Brady on the chin, but it just doesn't get all of it. And you see Brady go back. Like, he was like, okay, well, damn. Like, he's coming for broke here. He's going for broke. Right hook, left cross. Look at this. I mean, this is just big power. An easy takedown. Watch this. Overhand right. Switch to southpaw. Now he's going to go for like a head on the outside single or a double leg. But instead of that, where he would normally run to his right, where he would go in, run the pipe, and turn him, he went in one direction, then he changed direction and went with a knee tap takedown by reaching over the top to guide this head down, to guide his head down this way while pushing the knee that way. So he drags this way and then pulls that way. So it's like a Z, and then boom, takedown again. Kelvin's going to immediately try to go for that referee's position. It's not there. So that's kind of a better position for him to try to get it, because he reached in to grab that thigh and turn in, but Brady went right underneath and controlled the far side shoulder and was able to kind of get into an arm triangle position and push Kelvin down. Now he's in half guard again, up against the cage, so the arm triangle isn't there. It's close. I mean, if he like dragged him off the cage a little bit, you see how he readjusted him? He dragged him a little bit away from the cage to try to give himself some more room. Now he could just pass to mount. He could pass to side control. He's going to open up his base, open up his, abdomen area. Right here, I mean, the arm triangle's there. Like, he could get it from here. Kelvin breaks the guard, so Brady's probably going to slide that knee through. Boom, pass over into mount. Right here. This arm triangle, I mean, this was done. It was there. It was done. All Brady had to do is step over. But instead of stepping over for the arm triangle, he tries. Doesn't work. He maintains position. See, he knew he wasn't going to get it. Something didn't feel right. So instead of fully passing over and trying to walk his feet away from Kelvin while keeping the knee on his abdomen, he went right back to the position he was in. He knew it wasn't going to work. Land some ground and pound. He's still in that top position. He goes back to half guard. Right here. Look at the transition from the arm triangle to the Kimura. So instead of going from here and just, wrenching the submission and potentially not getting it, watch what he does. He stops that arm triangle, and what he's going to do is attack Kelvin's right arm. Boom. He takes the hand from behind the head, or on the right side of the head of Kelvin, passes it over, and now is going to attack the arm, which is fully isolated. I mean, this arm is isolated. He's already in that position. He's overhooking the arm, keeping the hand on the mat for the base. Right here, control. He's already locking up that Kimura. Now what he's going to want to do is bring this right leg over the head of Kelvin and then turn the arm towards his right. Look, he's already got it here. Attack the body, attack the leg. Boom. Kimura's already there. Steps over the head. Right here, it's done. It's done, dude. The fight's over. He doesn't even have to finish it. It's over. Turns, turns, turns. Doesn't get it yet. Still keeping control, staying calm. Opens it up again. Turn, 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 turn. It's done. Amazing performance from Brady. Amazing grappling. Transitioning from the arm triangle to the Kimura. And he shut up a lot of naysayers. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown of Brady versus Gastelum, and I'll have more of these on my channel coming soon. Thank you.